It has been 2 days since I arrived in Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. I have been spending my nights at the Four Seasons Hotel Ritz, which is one of the most famous hotels in Lisbon. From my suite, I've got a great view of the city. The reason why I came to Portugal in the first place is because I was sent to come and write an article for my company in Sweden. While I have been going around the city, I have not been disappointed with the weather at all. Since Portugal has a Mediterranean climate, which means the weather is usually warm and dry in the summer, and in the winter it is usually warm and wet. When it is receiving rain in the mainland, it is only about 3,000 millimeters. While I was walking around and enjoying the weather, I realized that since Portugal receives a lot of rainfall, it doesn't have any complication with its evergreen and shrubs ecosystem not being able to grow. It doesn't have any problems at all with the agriculture because the crops such as grapes, olives, almonds, and maize are able to produce and grow healthily. But then I remembered that the cause of the ecosystem and the agriculture growing just fine isn't just because of the heavy amount of precipitation Portugal gets, but also because of one of Portugal's longest rivers, Tagus, that flows directly from Lisbon, has collected sediments from the Atlantic Ocean, and this provides Portugal with the good quality of fertilized soil. The next morning, after I had my breakfast, it was time for me to visit Nazaré. So from Lisboa Central Station, I took the CP, Comboios de Portugal, which means Portugal train in English. It had already been 2 hours when the train hostess came. When she noticed I wasn't from Portugal, she started talking to me and telling me areas which could be interesting to visit. She also told me about one of Portugal's finest wine, Alentejo wine. She even told me that the Alentejo region takes up about 1/3 of Portugal and that it was known for its cork production, but now it has gained attention for its wine production. She gave me a glass of Alentejo wine, and when she came in again, I told her I was heading for Nazaré, and she told me how the city is known for its glorious beach and also known for its fishermen. So she gave me a plate of grilled fish to eat and drink along with the wine. When I arrived in Nazaré, I truly believed that Portugal's economy had been based on agriculture and fishing for a really long time. Because when I looked around the city, I saw so many fish businesses and so many fish shops, and these businesses and shops seemed like they'd been going on for more than 20 years. After I went up and down, I decided to rest for a while by eating some fish and reading a newspaper article. Unbelievably, the article stated that Portugal's manufacturing production was 30% of the economy, and farming and agriculture was 10%, which didn't surprise me. And lastly, 60% of the economy was based on service industries, which made me reflect on all the days I'd been in Portugal. I'd always noticed on the windows of companies people talking on the phone. And right at that moment, I thought to myself that Portugal is on its way up. I didn't think it was going to be one of the most poorest countries in Europe anymore.
This one is for the boys with the booming system. Top down AC with the coolest system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up. Got stacks on deck like he's saving up. And he ill, he real, he might got a deal. He pop bottles and he got the right kind of bill. He cold, he dope, he might sell coke. He always in the air.